Man, I'm pumped right now because I'm talking about Ice Cube. Yay, yay! Ice Cube helped raise me, y'all. Just that simple. I borrowed some of my engine from Ice Cube. Literally lived through his lyrics vicariously. The craziness, the realness, the poetic ability of this sucker here, man. This dude helped raise me. That's the only way I can say it. Well, ta-da! Let's talk about this story right here. How you like me now? I'm in the mix. It's 1986 and I got a fix. Yo. He's disappointed right now. Not in me and my rapping ability, but in the sports media's handling of the Big 3. So let's go back to 2017. We know who Ice Cube is. Yay, yay! Helped launch the Big 3. 2017. They still rolling though. 3-on-3 basketball league aimed to gain attention and adoration by using former players and international basketball stars, right? So this is the best version outside the NBA you can get, it seems like, right? You get guys who are actually in the NBA, who can still ball, who you're like, damn, all these pro-am and celebrity games we go to, well, this is that on steroids because you actually got the real players just recently retired. Amazing. But thus far, the basketball league hasn't quite risen to the surface many would have liked it to. Cube is a part of that group that is thus far dissatisfied with how things have played out, namely how the sports media world has handled it. The famed entrepreneur, who I know, appeared on a Dan Le Batard show, who I know, with Stu Gatz, who I know, to explain why it's been such a tough go. Here's his quote. "We knew this wasn't going to be an easy lift. We thought we were going to get a lot more love from the overall sports media community." He said that to really virtually ignore a league that's this great, that's this dope in the summer when there's nothing else as far as hoops, the Big 3 is where it's at. You can hear the disappointment in how he's talking about it right there, right? So Cube detailed later that the NBA's embracement or lack thereof, let's just be real about it in this case, has stifled things along with COVID-19 pandemic. Duh. That hurt a lot of people. Not everybody, though. If you were making hand sanitizer before COVID, woo, I think you got really rich after it. Seriously, right? Who used hand sanitizer before COVID? All right, I didn't think so. So he said he doesn't think Commissioner Adam Silver really digs what we're doing. And that's a quote. I can see why. Let's talk through it though. So here's an opinion about it. It probably isn't wrong that Silver doesn't dig what the Big 3 is doing simply because of their existence in the landscape. Every time I hear existence, I got like rap Tourette's. Exist in a state of vainglorious. Who doesn't do that every time? In the same way that the basketball tournament doesn't receive too much love from the NBA, for instance. All right. So here's some questions and here's some conversation about this. Because the Big 3 isn't where the Big 3 wants to be, at least not as big, pun intended, as it wants to be, right? So let's just start going back to now. Are they holding a grudge against Ice Cube? Like, you know, Arsenio Hall had that grudge held against him for a while, if not still a little bit. Some of the anti-Semitic remarks that were attached to Ice Cube, and then the scenery. Remember Arsenio Hall had on Minister Farrakhan, and that was a big thing. And I think that was his last show, if not one of his last shows. So some people are speculating. They won't write this necessarily fully in print, but they're like, yo, let's go back 20, 30 years, Ice Cube. Even though his business partner is certainly white, I'm not sure if he's Jewish or not. Point being, are they holding something against Ice Cube? Or is there something simpler, something deeper? Let's talk through it, right? Well, in Business 101, and this is a class I never took because I already knew this. I know that you're supposed to, let's call it a Wileyism, feed your kids, not your little brother. You get the difference? All right. So in business, if I got a business and it's a basketball business, last thing I'm really trying to do is help somebody else in the basketball business get bigger because you think in finite terms that maybe that will make you get smaller. You're not thinking that, oh, that's enough to go around for everybody. You're almost saying, no, they're going to rob some people or rob us of some of our space, some of our opportunities, maybe even some of our revenue, right? So basically, why you say feed your kids, not your little brother? Because if you didn't make it or have an interest in it, then leave it alone. So what do? You made your kids, you got an interest in them, right? So take care of it. And your other ones over there, your little brother, he better get to the plate and get to the table earlier. He better get there before me. Because if not, little brother, sorry, it's only enough for one of us, not two of us. Let me give it to you in the rap terms. This is just basically competition in disguise. That's what this is. Competition in disguise. Damn, another Tourette's here. Competition. This is it. Disguise. Y'all remember that Transformers? Ice Cube. You got a new artist coming out, right? You only put them out after you what? Sign the new artist. You don't just say, man, you can rap. Go on out there. You got my endorsement and I ain't got nothing invested in it, nothing connected to it. So if you're Adam Silver, as you look at this situation, you're kind of like, are we really going to adopt the Big 3? And if we're not going to adopt the Big 3 as one of our kids, then it's just little brother. And little brother got to fend for himself at this table when it's time to eat. That's why I think it's happening here. I don't think it's that much deeper. This league, with Ice Cube behind it and what's former stars, could really catch fire, could snowball into something that I wouldn't say ever rivals the NBA, but certainly the NBA could look at some of its market share or revenue or maybe some opportunities, be like, that's interesting. That JV league over there is eating. And are we eating the same? Maybe some of that. Maybe there is some personal things to work out. Maybe it's just as simple as when you're established, the last thing you want to do is place a bet on something that is trying to establish itself, right? That's why the rich get richer. Like, do you want to be an angel investor in the Big 3, or are you kind of like, nah, Series B, Series C, let's wait till you actually got this thing rolling like you want it to roll? And it's in alignment to what our efforts are. Maybe it's not. I've been to one Big 3 game, maybe two. Saw Cube there sitting courtside supporting this product. I got respect for it. I don't dedicate a ton of time to watch it just because it's kind of like, for me, it's still in that Venice Beach kind of thing, but I do like it when I see it because I recognize the players. And then I do like saying, damn, Cuttino Mobley could still ball or whatever the hell you be saying, right? You're like, I like that part. But once again, I just think like in this country, I don't know how the NFL did it, but it's a holiday and everything else. Even the NBA, what the hell we talking about? Even the NBA, it's like your team is on. People always say, why you don't have Clipper season tickets? I'm like, 41 games? Man, you better stop playing. We'll get a 10-game package. Which 10? I can't even see that far ahead, let alone which 10 and circle them. So a lot of things going on. But what do you guys think is going on right here? You think the Big 3 will survive? It's already surviving. Will it thrive? That's the conversation. And what do you think really is holding it back? Because it can't be Cube. Because if it was Cube, top 5 MC ever, right? Are we going to have that debate? Don't even start. Ta-da!